Okay, now we're going to learn about the staff, high and low. This is page 2 in your music theory book. Notes that are higher on the staff have a higher sound, or what we call a pitch. So this is going to be a vocabulary word for us. Notice that this note sounds higher than this one, simply because on the staff it is higher than this one. Again, here's the higher and the lower. Okay? Now, the first one here, we need to draw a note on the indicated line or space, then circle the highest note you draw on the staff. You will hear me say this a lot. Sometimes I will say trumpets. I want you to play F for space. What I mean is this F versus F, fifth line. So literally, this is space 1. We're just going to follow our training wheels here and circle that. Space 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, just like you learned from the first worksheet. If you haven't done page 1, you need to go back and do it before you do this one. Line 3, 1, 2, 3. Line 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm always counting from the bottom up. Space 1, space 3, line 5, and line 2. Now I put them roughly in the middle of what we call a measure. Measure is this thing between here and here. Those are called bar lines. So 1 measure, 2 measure, 3 measure, 4 measure, 5 measure, 6 measure, 7 measure, and 8 measures. So we did the first one. Piece of cake. Number 2, draw a note on the indicated line or space. Then, I'm going to underline this because this is the more important part of your directions here. Then, circle the lowest note you drew on the staff. And I will give you half of the first part and you can do the rest on your own. Line 5, and at this point, I'm faster at doing this. Space 3, line 1. And you will do the rest of these on your own, and then you will figure out what is the lowest note you drew on the staff. The lowest note. Number 3. You can do the rest of that on your own. If you want to pause the video and come back, you can, of course, do so. Number 3. Circle the higher note in each pair. Well, that's easy. These two are a pair because of the bar line. And I'll do one more. You can do the remaining 3 on your own. Circle the lower note in each pair. And of course, you can do the last 3. So the circled notes in this case would sound lower. Put a check next to number 4. Be thorough. Number 5, by using H for higher and L for lower, indicate whether the first note of each pair sounds higher or lower than the second note. So I'm going to write, is this note higher or lower than this note? Is this note higher or lower than this note? That's how you ask yourself that question. In this case, this note is higher than this note, so I'm going to put an H. The second one, is this note higher or lower than this note? In this case, it is lower. And of course, you can do the remaining 4 on your own.